is already in the candidates. Kukesh is the world champion. So Arjun is the last one of the big three. They want in there. D4 played, and now...
Yeah, now it's
my
the
money
big
is...
question.
Oh no,
Wow.
you were right. They were honest. They did not lie to us.
Well, what a fair play, yeah? D4, D5 on the board,
Amazing.
C4 and now C6 or E6? It's gonna be E6.
Yes,
Yeah.
E6.
Cards bad. Knight F3, declining the invitation to go Knight C3 immediately. And
Oh, Knight D7, cunning move order. He's saying, I know you like the Catalan, Mr. Arjun, but are you sure I won't take your pawn on C4 then? After Knight C3, Knight F6, we're back to a main position. Normally you get after Knight F6, Knight C3, and then Knight BD7.
This is already modern chess, right? And Queen C2, wow, okay.
Small surprise, but not an unknown move. However, Levon might take a second now. Arjun, of course, very good at picking the third, fourth, fifth, sixth computer move and knowing it very deeply. Normally, surprises come later here. Queen C2, this is still early.
D takes C4, yeah, already plays
one
down.
knows, and of course.
So E4 is to be expected, yeah.
Yeah, E4, C5,
Yes.
and some old stuff.
Well, Levon used to play the Vienna, so this very much resembles those
Oh
positions.
no, he doesn't go
Knight
C5, he goes Knight B6. Very greedy. Covers the pawn.
Wow. These are the moves that normally...
From Levon.
Yes, normally if someone does this who doesn't have very high rating, we are very harsh that no, don't protect your pawn, you can't play like this.
Knight on B6 is always bad.
Yes, but if Levon does it, it means that he certainly checked with the computer, and finally Arjun is taking a pause. I played against him, I couldn't make him pause, yeah, he kept on blitzing all his moves.
Yeah, it's unpleasant.
So this is already...
He's shaking his head. Nah, I'm not sure that was. But Knight B6 here, not a move you normally see here, it does cover the pawn. My theory is, and this might be... Okay, it doesn't take too long a break. Yeah, this might be wrong, but sometimes Levon, when he gets surprised, he's capable of just... He gets up and acts like, I prepared the next 30 moves as well.
Exactly.
Maybe he's freestyling, because computer doesn't like this Knight B6 move.
Could easily be, yeah. Or he, well, basically he's bluffing it, or he has some incredibly deep preparation. Yeah, we never know. For example, did you have a chance to interview him after his incredible rook sacrifice against Ratek? That was this all preparation or inspiration?
No, that was inspiration also. The idea.
and some ideas of checkmating. You've got to be very careful.
True that both kings are in a certain way in checkmate patterns, and they need to both be very careful not to fall for any of those threats. I think we might see a repetition of moves because of the rook e7 check. If you don't want to press, you will go back to the back rank, and it might end up being the case where Arjun repeats the checks. If he doesn't want to repeat the checks, his pawn on a4 is hanging, so black is about to win the pawn back. That's the extra pawn of white, and if that pawn is gone, black will have two connected pass pawns on the queen side, very active rooks, while white's rook is stuck on g4. White cannot really just go and continue the game without any concrete lines here.
As you mentioned, the white king actually stuck without any cover. So Levon can play without risk, can capture the pawn on a4 as you mentioned. Whereas white is very, very slow. You can't go f5, which is a move that you'd love to play as white because of the rooks on c4 and g4 staring at each other. So Levon, it was a wild game, but it looks like he survived and is gonna make a draw.
Yeah, it has been a very sharp, very complex game with both players going for it. Neither of them were afraid of going for the complications. The king's safety theme earlier in the middle game was such a key element. Both kings were in a way under attack, and now it has come to this rook endgame where even though Arjun Erigaisi is up a pawn, the activity of the black rooks compensates, and I think Arjun will be repeating the moves here. He doesn't want to press more because once the a4 pawn is gone, it will be black who can start playing for a win if white doesn't repeat the moves.
And the big thing though is, have they repeated the position 3 times?
Not yet, I think. Wait a second, actually.
No, yes.
No, it's going to be after king h8 and now rook e8, and then once the rook comes back to e7 the third time, I think that's when it's 3-fold repetition and it can be claimed. Levon simply takes care of his shoelaces instead of worrying about the rook endgame, because it really is everything under control for black and they shake hands. What an exciting and complex game this has been between two of the favorites of the World Cup among the players that remain in the field of 16. And